How's it going, you guys? Welcome to the Daily Dose of Inspiration. Today, we are going to cover somebody that I personally really look up to, somebody that shaped my childhood all the way up to my adulthood, and I've always looked at as a source of inspiration. We're going to be talking about Will Smith. So, I know this is something that already happened, a while back, but I felt that it was important to cover it. And I noticed that every video I've seen regarding the situation didn't really cover it in a positive way. Everything I saw seemed to be just very drama filled and people judging Will in the sense of what they would do if they were in his shoes. But I feel like Will's situation is something that we should learn from and at least be able to look at in a positive way as far as the way he took it. So I'm going to talk about Will dealing with his wife cheating on him and how he really became a meme after that whole situation. And even then, Will is such a strong minded individual that he was willing to go and do interviews and be put on national television, and for a long time just probably open up his internet apps, Instagram, Twitter, and so on, and all he was seeing was people making fun of him. And I realized that at the time I thought the same thing, like, wow, Will, you really let this happen, and you're just here on TV talking about it and allowing all these people to be in your business. And that's tough because personally, I've came from having a public relationship with a lot of people, in the hundreds of thousands watching and judging, and it's difficult. It's not easy. There's a lot of people out there that deal with relationship problems, but most of the people dealing with them are, day-to-day people that may not have a social presence on social media that's highly large, right? That covers a lot of people throughout the world watching and giving them the opportunity to judge their relationship. And I feel like I really feel for Will and his situation. First and foremost, I want to cover the fact that I feel like Will handled this like a man. He didn't handle it how my generation would handle it. I'm about to be 24 years old this month, but I feel like he genuinely handled it like a man. I feel like Will is one of the last people from his generation that still handle relationships the way he did. How do I explain? Like, I feel like my parents' generation as well, they lived in a generation when, regardless of what happened between their relationship, they didn't let it explode, or they didn't let it completely ruin the relationship, and if I were to look at the generation of my grandparents, they were in a really crazy one where, like, the man kind of had the ability to do everything he wanted. He can go cheat, he can have multiple wives, he can, he can get, well, maybe not multiple wives, I took it a little far, but he can go be married and at the same time be with multiple women. And that was a norm. The women would realize, their wife would know, their wife would go through a lot of trauma, a lot of mental pain. But guess what? Just because of the generation they lived in, they were taught you stay with your partner no matter what. And I feel like our generation is a lot different. We are a lot more selfish, and we come from the generation where, I mean, if you do anything bad, anything to hurt you, to get hurt, like if your partner does anything to hurt you, we're in the generation where it's war now, where we retaliate and we don't stick around, we leave and we search for more. But as much as I can see Will and the pain he went through, I feel like he stuck through with his wife because prior to his wife cheating on him, they've probably had a lot of amazing memories and they probably have accomplished a lot in life together. And I think that Will's generation and that mindset is something we could learn from because, yeah, it does basically seem like the relationship should be over when something like that happens. But instead of running away from the pain, instead of, throwing it all in the trash and going and just going with another woman and building another life like most people would, I feel like Will decided to stick through with it because prior to this lady, this woman, his wife, cheating on him, they had committed to each other, and they had committed to sticking through with each other through thick and thin. And no matter how ugly it got, they committed to working things out. And that's something that's really difficult to do when the person you love does something unloyal or does something that breaks those boundaries of love that might make you look at them differently. I feel like Will handled it like a man. He stuck through with his wife, even though it was one of the most hardest things to do. And I mean, not even me. Like, I'm not saying that I have that strength or that mental capacity to do that. I probably would have been like, sayonara, man, I'm out, But that's why I'm covering this topic today, because I feel like it's something to really admire, that a man is willing to stick through his wife through problems that are very difficult, where 99% of men would fold and decide, my ego is destroyed, I'm hurt, my feelings, my emotions, I'm out of here. But instead, Will had so much guts. He even was able to go do interviews and be public. And I think he realized, hey, we're a public figure, and there's no denying that people are gonna figure out about this anyway. So we might as well be upfront with it and just take it to the chin. And on top of all of that, the person that this lady cheated with on Will, he goes and he makes a song and just basically he's like rubbing it in Will's face. But the truth is that that guy, he took that as an opportunity to want to be Will. He literally was trying to destroy Will's ego. He was trying to get under his skin. He was trying to use that opportunity to try to get some sort of clout, some sort of money, whatever it is. And I think Will handled it very appropriately, took it to the chin, and guess what? He continues to live his life. I'm sure that it's something that probably still bothers him. It might have created some sort of insecurities that we can't see, because I don't think he's putting everything out to the public eye. But I think that Will is a real man that understands in life, when things get hard and things seem to be over, you got to focus on the solution and not the problem. I think that's why he is so successful in life. I think that's why he has accomplished so much as far as his career, because when things got hard, he didn't go running back to his house to cry about it. Instead, he dealt with it. He handled his emotions very intelligently, and he conquered them. And I think that's something that's very difficult for a lot of us to wrap around our head. And that's why we judge him. And it's easier for our egos to bash him and ha ha ha, Will, look at what happened to you. Ha ha ha. Let's make tweets and let's meme this guy. When in all reality, it's like, he's being a man. And that to me is really inspiring. I think it's something that we should learn from, and not just in the sense where I'm telling you that if you get cheated on, that you should stay there. I'm not necessarily saying that, but I do think that once you commit to something in life and you're truly committed to it, you figure out the solution. You shouldn't quit. You shouldn't let the pressure break you when your back's against the wall, And personally, from all this, it's something that I'm trying to learn, because I know that I can be very childish when it comes to my relationship, and I have a very weak ego. The second my ego feels hurt in just the slightest way, I instantly want to, reverse that towards my partner or whatever it may be. I just don't handle it in a very appropriate way, the way I feel like Will does, the way I feel like people from my parents' generation did, and I want to give big props to Will and to anybody out there that has stuck through with their partners through thick and thin, and maybe not even just with their partners, like even in business. When business gets super difficult and it seems like it's over and you find a way to persevere, I find that amazing, and I find that very, very inspiring. I know a lot of people out there might not agree with me, because this is a controversial topic, and it's something that people don't really look at from my perspective, because again, it's easier for us to judge him and make him seem like this dumb guy for sticking around, But I personally really look up to Will, and I think that he is the definition of a true man, because look, this is something for you to take into consideration, okay? Don't beat yourself up when things like this happen to you in life, because everybody in life deals with it. Everybody in life goes with it, man and woman. I feel like it's happened to women for generations, and it's now just happening to men. So like men don't know how to react to it, but everybody in life deals with it at some point in time, and I feel like it doesn't matter how rich you are, it doesn't matter how much fame you have. I'm sure that she didn't go cheat on Will because of money. I'm sure she didn't go cheat on Will because Will couldn't provide for her, and a lot of, like, let's say people that maybe don't have financial security in life, and their partner goes and cheats with somebody else that has those finances, they might feel like, oh, it's because of money, it was because of this, it was because of that. But little do they realize that it's just life, and I am not covering this topic because it's relatable to me in any form or way. I know a lot of people are really nosy. For the people that actually know me, they know that I was recently in a relationship, and no, neither my ex-partner or myself cheated. So before people try to take this out of proportion and do what they do, I just basically was scrolling through YouTube, and I ran across a Will Smith video. It was like an inspirational video. I was watching it, and then right after that, the next video that was promoted was how Will got cheated on by his wife. And I was like, we live in such a evil world where we're so ready to destroy other people for things that they're going through, without ourselves putting ourselves in their shoes and thinking like, whoa, if we were going through something this public and this deep, we wouldn't want to be a meme. We wouldn't want to be judged and just destroyed and humiliated, And I know it's kind of inevitable because it's a very serious situation, and everybody's going to have strong opinions on it, especially people that have been hurt like that before are going to be the first ones to have a strong opinion on it. But I think that through all pain and losses, there's always something to be learned. And I learned that in life, when things get hard, you have to figure it out and not jump off the boat. Especially if you're committed. If you made a commitment, then commit. Stick through with the plan. And anyways, guys, I hope you guys have learned something from this video. I really want to ask you to hit the like button, to share this with somebody that you think it might help. If you have anybody that might be going through a certain situation with the relationship that might need to hear this, it could be a different perspective to just switch their mindset. Because I was watching this Tony Robinson video when he was saying that as humans, we're the only quote unquote animals, beings, that have the ability to change our mindset in a second, in a heartbeat. Literally, we can convince ourselves we're super mad and upset and ready to go commit, like suicide or something dangerous. And from one second to another, we can convince ourselves we're happy and we're on top of the world. And that's scary. That shows that it is very, very important for us to learn how to control our emotions. Thank you guys so much for being part of this video, for listening, for taking in what I had to share. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, regardless of where you're watching from. I love you, and I'm out.